clear? Okay, good. Oh. I was gonna say you can have iced coffee in about 20 minutes. Yeah. Hope the rain stays away. There's a big black cloud heading our way. Yeah, tell me about it. Absolutely. If it starts to rain, I'm taking everything down and going home. Now, let me understand why. Sitting in the front row, it's really all you can see is home plate pitcher. Better look at the picture. What do you got? What are you looking at? Oh yeah. Yeah, it's really cloudy and stuff, so it's gonna be a weird looking picture. All right, do sound check. Got ready? Sound check from OK Ward Park in Pocatello. Game 1 of the district tournament. Century and Preston. 3-2-1, 3-2-1. Okay. All right, take 2. Sound check from OK Ward Park, Century and Pocatello. No, Century and Preston, rather. 3-2-1, 3-2-1. This is sound check number 2. no, wait, hold on. We got yeah, I'll call you. We'll go on about 3:20 or so, maybe 3:40. Wait, what am I thinking? It's supposed to be a 3:30 first pitch. I haven't seen the umpire for anything yet, though. No, because they're playing a doubleheader. The winner has to play Century or Preston, Pocatello. So this game starts at 3:30. So it's about quarter after you said. Well done. Okay. So how much time we got on our song? Okay. Let's go and play the next song. I'm not going to talk much anyway.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Hey Preston, looking for a cool spot to chill and grab some awesome food? Head to the Hangout at 23 South State Street. We're not just a restaurant, we're your go-to spot to hang with your family and friends. Pool tables, games, great vibes, and the same amazing pizza you loved from the slice. Swing by the Hangout today.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Hey Preston, looking for a...
Hey, how you doing? Lovely. Sit out here in the sprinkles. Other games for today. Exactly right. Bring my treats. Oh, look at you. Look at you.
One for you and one for your wife.
Okay. If it makes it home.
I'm with the Preston guy. I'm Preston too. You're in Living Town. Have you never had a peanut butter candy? We had never tried it.
At Pocatello parents meeting in Goodyear, I think they've been spiked or This is your countdown for the Preston Indians pregame show. Pregame in 30 seconds from Mark. As as we'll have a good game today, hopefully. And pregame show will start in 15 seconds from Mark. Pregame in 10 seconds from Mark. Have a good game. Pregame show in 5 seconds from Mark.
Let's go! Batter up! We're taking the afternoon off. It's a beautiful day for a ball game today. The fans are out to get a ticket or two. From Walla Walla, Washington to Kalamazoo. It's a beautiful day for a home run. But even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today.
This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good afternoon, everybody, from OK Ward Field here in Pocatello, as today the Pocatello Indians will take on the Century Diamondbacks. It's a little bit delayed by rain, but today's game 1 and 2 of the girls district softball tournament, as the Indians will take on Century coming up here in just a few minutes. We're running a little behind here, trying to get set up on time. Kind of a strange setup here at OK Ward Park, but we are up and ready to go as the first pitch just a few minutes away. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have the starting lineups and the first pitch for today's game as we work our way into this afternoon. Hopefully the raindrops will stay away as we're sitting outside, and we'll get to all that coming up here in just a few minutes here on the My Local Radio Sports Network. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Hey Preston, looking for a cool spot to chill and grab some awesome food? Head to the Hangout at 23 South State Street. We're not just a restaurant, we're your go-to spot to hang with your family and friends. Pool tables, games, great vibes, and the same amazing pizza you loved from the Slice. Swing by the Hangout today.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
At Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency, we aren't just protecting things with walls and wheels, we're protecting people, because everything and everyone that is important to you is important to us. This is Brittany and Braden Smith, your local Farm Bureau agents, celebrating another wonderful year here in Franklin County as your trusted insurance advisors. Whether it's home, auto, life, commercial, or farm insurance, we are here for you. Give us a call at 208-852-2364 or just stop by our office at 33 South 1st East in Preston to see how we can make insurance simple for you.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
We all have those times in life where having insurance has been a great comfort in helping to make a bad situation better. Naylor Insurance takes pride in being that friend there to help you when you need it the most. Serving the community since 1978, Naylor Insurance is proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your insurance needs. Stop by our new location, 223 North State Street in Preston.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
Discover your ultimate escape at Day Mountain Ranch. Come enjoy our upscale lodges, perfect for family reunions and corporate retreats. Unwind, bond, and make memories that last in one of our luxury cabins. Host your dream wedding on our secluded property, perfect with a captivating nature backdrop. Or join our gun club. Rent or bring your own firearms and master your skills in private classes or dynamic group sessions at our premier state-of-the-art private gun range up to 2,200 yards. Your outdoor adventure and retreat begins at Day Mountain Ranch, 77 South Spring Creek Road, Preston, Idaho. Reserve your spot now at dmrresort.com.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
It's time for Preston High School Sports. Today's game is brought to you by Beckstead Real Estate, the real estate experts for Franklin County and beyond. Day Mountain Ranch. Relax, retreat, recharge. Well, we're going to interrupt the open here because they're ready to play ball here at OK Ward Park here in Pocatello, as the Indians will be the visiting team, and they are up first, and we'll give you the lineups here as we go along here through the first inning, as two balls and a strike. Carly Madsen's going to hit fifth today for the Indians. At shortstop, Addie Carter will hit sixth. She's playing her familiar first base spot. Next pitch to Jones. Hit foul off the catcher's mask. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kentley Archibald's in center field. She'll hit seventh. Kylie Chatterton is the right fielder today. She'll hit eighth. And Paisley Campbell is the catcher, batting in the number 9 spot. As the next pitch is swung on and missed. That's the first out here in the top of the first inning as Mesa Jones goes down on strikes. So with 1 out and 1 on, here is Sydney Cleverly. Cleverly steps in from the right side as the first pitch is on the inside half at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. We are sitting literally right behind home plate. The view you have if you're watching on My Local Radio today, that is the exact same view that I have, as the camera is about 18 inches to my right. The 0-1. That's up high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. It's hard to get a view where you can get the entire park in, so we'll try to get as much as we can. 1 out, top of the first inning. Avery Manson at second base, having walked and then stole the base. Ball and a strike to count on Cleverly. As she shows bunt, pulls the bat back, but it'll cost her a strike, and the throw down to third base with the runner going is behind the shortstop coming over to cover, as Avery Manson able to steal third. So she's there now with 1 out. She stands at third base. Ball and 2 strikes here on Cleverly. The 1-2 is up high, and it evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Allie Evans, last week against Preston, she gave up 9 hits and 4 runs in a complete game victory at Century High School. She struck out 6 along the way, as that pitch is down and in, runs the count full, 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the 3-2 pitch on the way. Half swing, rolled it foul over by the Preston dugout. And it's no ball. It should say it stays at 3-2. Talking to some of the folks here They were telling us about the weather. We talked about the weather yesterday during the baseball game between Century and Preston back at Tony Hansen Field. Apparently yesterday it was snowing on and off most of the day yesterday here in Pocatello. As the next pitch is up high, ball 4. So 2 walks here in the top of the first inning. And Preston has runners at first and third and 1 out. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Regan Hansen, as it starts to sprinkle a little bit. So we'll try to cover up some equipment here and see if we can keep it from getting wet too much. And here comes Hansen to the plate to hit for the first time today. So runners at the corners. Evans in a little spot of trouble here in the top of the first inning. Hansen's got a bunt, bunts it in the air, foul over on the first base side. So 0-1, the count on Regan Hansen, the designated player today for the Indians. As they try to get as much power and defense as they can into the game today. Especially Evans pretty much had them hog-tied the entire game last week as the next pitch is fouled away and it's 0-2. So Cleverly runs to second base. Will have to come back on the foul ball. And as she makes her way back, Hansen behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch home, swung on and missed. So Hansen strikes out. That's the second out of the inning. And now with 2 on and 2 outs, it'll bring up Carly Madsen. Today's game brought to you by North Stars Ultimate Outdoors. Get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Stars Ultimate Outdoors. They're on State Street at the north end of the city of Preston. You're outstanding. I got Pocatello fans bringing me umbrellas. First pitch is over for a strike and it's 0-1. Pocatello people are good people. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. 0-1 the count. If I can slide over a little bit more. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed by Madsen, and it's 0-2. Now all of a sudden, if it's in their way, you can take it down. I'll be all right. Now all of a sudden, Madsen just trying to put a ball in play and see if she can get a run home. The 0-2 pitch is on the corner, strike 3 called. Madsen goes down looking, and the Indians are gone here in the top of the first inning. They got a couple of runners on base, both via the walk, but couldn't do anything with it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left here in the top of inning number 1. We'll go to the bottom of the first after a half inning on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard. It's Preston nothing, and the Century Diamondbacks coming to bat on My Local Radio Sports Network. We'll be right back.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
Magnolia Road is here to bring you the latest trends in women's fashion. We believe fashion should not only be stylish, but also comfortable and inclusive for every body type, with sizes small through 3X. We strongly believe in giving back to our community, and by supporting Magnolia Road, you are not only embracing fashion, but also supporting Preston and Westside activities. Our team is here to help you find that perfect outfit that suits your style and makes you feel confident. Visit Magnolia Road at our new location, 12 North State Street, Preston, Idaho.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
Now we move along here to the bottom of the first inning. Let's give you the Century lineup as they come up for the first time. Kennedy Osborne will lead off. She's the catcher. Emma Cook is in center field, and she'll hit second. Tess Ramirez hits third. She's the third baseman. Allie Evans does the pitching today, and she'll hit in the cleanup spot. Liv Weinheimer is the shortstop, hitting fifth. Marion Wadsworth hits sixth, and she's at second base. Lindy Ferguson is in left field, hitting seventh. Gentry Jones plays first base. She'll hit eighth. And Candace Cantu is in right field, and she will hit ninth. So here we go, bottom of the first inning. After the Indians fail to score in the top of the inning, as it'll be Kennedy Osborne to lead it off. So here's Osborne. Had a good day the other day against the Indians. Was 1 for 3, 2 runs scored. She also walked and swings and misses at the first pitch here, and it's 0-1. Mason Jones on the mound today for the Indians. Winner of this game will stick around and play the later half of the doubleheader as they'll take on Pocatello coming up. Weather permitting, if it lets us get that far, as a pitch hit foul back into the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. Jones, who came in relief in the game at Century last week, and replaced Reagan Hansen, who only went 2 1/3, and Jones went the rest of the game that day. A little fly ball that's going to be just out of the reach of the second baseman Cleverly, and the leadoff batter Evans is aboard with a little dunk single into right field. Good attempt by Cleverly, had to run a long ways and try to make a dive, and came up just short. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Emma Cook. Here's the first pitch on the way to Cook. She's taking all the way and takes it down and away. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. First inning of today's game brought to you by Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700. Bunted at home plate, bunted foul, and that means that Osborne will have to come back. Ball and a strike on Cook. Jones ready again, rocks and comes home. She's bunting again, leaves in the catcher's glove, and the throw through to second base is not in time. So Osborne steals second base. Cook bunts and misses the ball. So it'll be a strike called against her, and the count goes to 1-2. Center fielder for the Indians, Archibald, wanders way over into left center field, so there's a big gap in straightaway right field as the right fielder, Chatterton, is well off the line as that pitch is up high, and the count evens again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jones coming home, the 2-2 pitch. Little roller to the right side. It's coming over. Carter can't get it, and that means that by the time that Cleverly does pick it up, Cook's going to beat it out at first base. And there'll be runners at the corners now for the Diamondbacks, and nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. So here's the next hitter. We're told it's Tess Ramirez, although she's wearing a number that doesn't appear on the lineup card, so I'll just assume it's her. It looks like her, at least, anyway. And the first pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. She hits from the right side as on the first Cook's pitch, Cook steals second base as that pitch misses high and away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So with the stolen base, Diamondbacks with runners at second and third. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. The next pitch home to Ramirez in the ground ball into left field. That's going to get one run in. They're going to send Cook to the plate as the throw is not in time. It's a 2-run single for Ramirez. As Preston throwing the ball around, she's going to keep on running and goes all the way to third base. So she singles in 2 runs and ends up going all the way to third. Just the throw home got away from Campbell, and she just kept running, ends up all the way at third base, and now here's Allie Evans. So 3 straight hits to open the bottom of the first inning, and it's 2-0 Century. Evans ready, and the first pitch to her swung on and missed. So no balls and 1 strike. 2-0 Century as they jump out in front early, just like they did last week when they scored a couple of runs in the bottom of the first inning. As the next pitch to Evans is up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Now they're coming home anyway, and the run at the plate, and she is safe. As Ramirez dives head first and avoids the tag of Campbell and gets in there. Umpire is in perfectly good position, can't blame him at all for the call, as the calls right on. It's 3-0. As the Preston infield is going to get together here. In that game last week, Century scored 9 runs on 9 hits as they beat the Indians by a score of 9-4 over at Century High School. As the chat out at the mound, out at the circle rather, for the Indians continues, and as it does, we can remind you that today's game is brought to you by Evergreen Financial. When you plan your financial future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial in Preston. You can set your appointment at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. Remember, they now have an office here in Pocatello as well. So a ball and a strike on Evans. Nobody out. Base is empty because they've scored 3 times. The pitch is rolled foul, and it's now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Evans here in the bottom of the first inning. Jones ready again in the circle, and here's the 1-2 pitch. It's high, and the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Preston trying to come through the win here in the first game of the district tournament. The 2-0 pitch, or 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. That's the first out as Evans goes down on strikes. So that's the first out. One thing we do know for sure is that no matter what happens today for the Indians, they will play at least 1 game tomorrow. They cannot be eliminated from the district tournament today. That we do know for sure. So 1 out, and here is Liv Weinheimer, the shortstop. As she hits the first pitch right back to the circle. That's speared by Jones. She'll throw it back over to first in time for the out. Nice play by Mesa Jones as she's able to spear that ball before it can make it into center field for the second out. Now here's Marion Wadsworth. Wadsworth, the second baseman. As she climbs in here for the first time on this cool, rainy Wednesday afternoon. And the first pitch to Wadsworth is outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Outfield against Wadsworth pretty much straight away. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's hit foul back into the screen, and it's a ball and a strike. So the way the tournament is set up, everybody will play a minimum of 2 days. The winner of this game will play Pocatello, and then the loser of that game will come back and play the loser of this game tomorrow afternoon at 3:30. As the next pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Wadsworth. So they're guaranteed at least 2 days here in Pocatello. Ground ball toward the shortstop. Madsen has it, throws across in time for the out, and the inning is over. Nice play by Avery Madsen at shortstop to get the out, but not before. Century sends 6 batters to the plate. They get 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left. We're done with an inning here in Pocatello. After 1 on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard, it's Century 3, Preston nothing on the My Local Radio Sports Network. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Step into a realm of beauty and sophistication at Day Mountain Ranch Home and Apothecary. Immerse yourself in the gentle radiance of our exquisite and popular candles, filling your home with captivating fragrances that embrace the senses. Bring refined tranquility into your home and elevate your connection to harmony through our exquisite decor, all while staying here in Franklin County. Elevate your living space with the allure of Day Mountain Ranch Home and Apothecary. Visit us today on 10th North Main Street in downtown Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
We go here to the top of inning number 2, 3-0 Century as they get 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning here today. And for the Indians, it'll be Allie Carter, Kentley Archibald, and Kylie Chatterton due up here in the bottom, or top rather, of inning number 2 as we go to the second. Preston threatened in the top of the first, but came up empty. Had a couple of runners on base, but Allie Evans was able to pitch out of the inning as the first pitch to Carter is down and in, ball 1 ball and no strikes. Carter back into the box. He swings from the right side. Fastball swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Well, ball and a strike. Carter takes a little wrist guard. She's got her long sleeve sweatshirt on, so she can't really see the thing, so she has it in her pocket. Reaches out, looks at it to see what the pitch expected is, as she pops it up right back to Carter in the circle for the first out. So there's 1 out, and Kentley Archibald will come up. Kentley will hit from the left side here against Evans. As Allie Roxon comes home, and that first pitch is on the outside corner of the knees. Evans is right on the strike zone like she was the other day back at Century when she really kept Preston under control in the whole game. Here comes the 0-1 on the way from Evans. That misses outside, and it's a ball and a strike. One and one the count. Most of that noise you hear in the background is coming from the Preston dugout, as the next pitch is well high, goes all the way to the backstop, and it's 2 balls and a strike. They're trying to make as much background noise as they can to disturb Evans out there in the circle. But her teammates and her, for part of that, have staked her to a 3-0 lead in the first inning as the next pitch swung on and missed. And it's 2-2 now on Kentley Archibald. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch outside. I guess we missed a pitch somewhere along. I was going to say, thought that was just now 3-2 as Archibald threw the bat away and was headed to first base, and the home plate umpire says, no, not yet. You got to come back here. You got one more pitch to see. So now it's 3-2. I thought I was right. So 3-2 on Archibald. Not that I ever claimed to be right, as now she can go down there as the pitch misses outside anyway. So Preston has their third base runner of the game, all via a walk, as Evans walks her third. She has a pair of strikeouts through the first inning and a third. And with one out and one on, Kylie Chatterton will come up. Chatterton, the number 8 hitter, was the designated player last week against Century. She's back in the lineup in center field today as the first pitch swung on and missed, as Evans was able to pump it right past her. As for those who don't know, Larry Morrison's actually not here this week. He is out of town on business. So the assistant coaches are running the team this week. As the pitch over for a strike. Check, that was outside. I should say 1 ball and 1 strike. Larry qualified for a national training program, and it was one of those things where if you don't go, you'd probably never get an opportunity to go again, from what he told me, as the pitch misses down and in, ball 2 balls and a strike. So as much as he hated to be away from the team during district week, it was one of those things, you got to go. So off he went, and he's off to a training session. 2 balls and a strike on Chatterton. As the pitch is popped up, coming down to make the play is the first baseman. As she makes the catch, they throw back to first base, and it's not in time there. So Chatterton bunts, fouls out to the first baseman in foul territory. Now there's 2 outs and runner at first, and the number 9 hitter coming up would be Paisley Campbell. So here's Campbell. Does a great job behind the plate. As Evans rocks and comes home, the first pitch is going to be hit in the air toward left field. It's going to fall in front of the center fielder. And going to third base is Archibald, and she'll hold there on the 2-out single by Paisley Campbell on the first pitch that she saw. That's the first hit for the Indians, and it extends the inning now, puts runners at the corners with 2 outs, and it's back to the top of the order, and Avery Madsen will come back up. So Preston left two base runners on in the first inning. They have 2 on here in the second, as Avery will come back to the plate for her second time up, representing the tying run. And the first pitch from Evans is down low, ball 1 ball and no strikes. Ball got away briefly, and they throw through. Now they cut it off and throw back to the plate. Coming home and out, coming home is Archibald. So Archibald is out, 2-6-2, coming home. And that means that Madsen will be back up there when the Indians come up in the third. But the Indians turned away. No runs, a hit, no errors, and they leave just 1 on base. We'll go to the bottom of the second after an inning and a half on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard. It's a Century 3 and Preston nothing. We'll go to the bottom of the second coming up on My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're an athlete looking to treat strained or sore muscles, a multitasking mom seeking balance, or just looking to boost your mood and nutrition, Butterfly Express is here for you. Experience the soothing scents and holistic benefits that cater to both your body and mind with our wide selection of essential oils, herbs, and supplements. And the best part is, unlike other big brand companies, Butterfly Express is affordable and local. Visit us in Clifton or explore our collection online at butterflyexpress.shop and use the promo code KACH10 for 10% off all regularly priced items. Quality doesn't have to be expensive. Butterfly Express Essential Oils.
There's no better family activity than a night out at the movies. Worm Creek Opera House Theater on State Street in Preston is your local home for first-run family movies. The historic theater offers top-flight comfort, the coolest refreshments, and quality entertainment, all at family prices. Stop by the Worm Creek Opera House at 70 South State Street in downtown Preston. For tickets, show times, and a list of upcoming attractions, go to wormcreek.org.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, the Indians turned aside again in the top of inning number 2, so we go bottom 2 with Pocatello with Century. We're in Pocatello, we're playing Century. Got to get it right straight in my head. So Century leading 3-0. I assume that the unwritten rules are kind of the same in baseball as they would be in softball, where you don't want to make the third out of an inning at home plate. And that's what the Indians did, as the ball rolled away just a very short distance away from the Century catcher Osborne. She threw down to second base when Campbell started towards second base. It was cut off by the shortstop, and they came home. Weinheimer's throw was right on, and they were able to get the runner coming home for the Indians, and this is the third out of the inning. I know that's kind of one of the unwritten rules in baseball. You never want to make the third out of an inning at home plate. So as we go here to the bottom of the second, bottom of the order here for the Diamondbacks, Lindy Ferguson, Gentry Jones, and then Candace Cantu as a pitch swung on and missed. One ball and one strike on Ferguson to lead off here in the bottom of the second. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball foul outside of third and down the line. And today's game brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to you to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today at 208-852-2364. So a ball and 2 strikes here on Ferguson. Rolled foul again on the third base side. Then it stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Outfield for the Indians, straight up. Chatterton well over into the gap in left center field. So there's a lot of room down the right field line as Ferguson swings through the next pitch and is out on strikes. First out here in the bottom of the second strikeout for Jones. So that's the first out here in the second, and that'll bring up the number 8 hitter in the lineup. That's Gentry Jones. Jones, the first baseman, takes that first pitch high, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch home, that is inside, ball 2, I believe. Yes, 2 balls and no strikes. So Preston, who struggled, did not win a game this year against Century. 2-1 pitch over for a strike. It's 2-1. They came close a couple of times, but they just, between Century and Pocatello, they obviously have very good pitching, and they're able to pretty much really keep the Preston offense in check in the games they played head-to-head. As that pitch swung on and missed, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So between the two schools, they played a total of 7 times now, and they've beaten the Indians between the two schools all 7 times. As that pitch is high, and the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes on Kentley Jones. The 3-2 pitch is going to be a one-hopper to the hole, backhanded by Madsen. The long throw is in time. Carly Madsen's got a great arm at the shortstop for the Indians. as she was able to throw out Jones from the hole, 2 up, 2 down here in the second, and then bring up the number 9 hitter, Candace Cantu. Here's the first pitch to Cantu. That's on the inside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. 3-0 Century as we play here in the second. Jones ready again. The 0-1 is high, and it's a ball and a strike. Jones coming home again out of the windup. That's over for a strike. She jumps ahead 1-2. After giving up 3 straight hits to open the first inning that produced 3 runs for Century, Jones has now bounced back and retired the next 5 in order. As that pitch swung on and missed, she gets Cantu, and she's got 6 in a row, including a couple of strikeouts here in this inning. She has 3 now in the game. We're done with 2 innings. We'll move along to the third after 2 on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. It's Century 3, Preston nothing on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Hi, I'm Brad Phillips, professional trainer and owner of Puppy Steps Training. I believe that life is more enjoyable with a well-trained dog. That's why my team and I have come together to give you the ultimate dog training experience through Puppy Steps Training. Our 8-week board and train program is specifically designed to give your puppy a head start on life. Along with access to our extensive training material, you will receive daily progress reports, weekly photo and video updates, and a hands-on training demonstration. Discover the ultimate dog training experience with Puppy Steps Training, the premier dog training facility in northern Utah, and proud supporter of Westside and Preston High School athletics.
The greatest of life's moments can pass in the blink of an eye. Make sure you enjoy them with clear vision. The optometrists at Eye Care for You have been serving patients in Cache Valley and Preston for 43 years. As a full-service optical store, you'll find glasses, contacts, and professional eye health and vision exams. Doctors Philip Cromwell, Jeff Cromwell, and Lance Henderson are committed to providing you with professional care for your vision. Call today to schedule an appointment in Preston or Logan. Eye Care for You, not just a name, but a commitment.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, still 3-0 Century as we go here to the top of inning number 3 here, as it will be Avery Madsen to lead off. She was left standing at home plate when the top of the second inning ended for the Indians, when the runner Archibald was thrown out trying to come home and score. And the first pitch to Madsen over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Avery walked her first time up, got as far as third in the top of the first inning, but was left there. The 0-1 pitch. That's high. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Evans comes home. The 1-1 pitch misses down and away. 2 balls and a strike now on Avery Madsen leading off for the Indians here in the top of inning number 3, and they trail 3-0 to Preston. Two 2-1 pitch. This is down low again. It's ball 3, 3 balls and a strike. So Madsen jumps ahead 3-0, and the 3-1 pitch, I should say, is swung on and missed. Now the count goes full 3-2. So it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch rolled foul as Madsen got enough to get it out of the glove of the catcher Osborne, and stays alive here at 3-2. Evans has struck out 3 so far through the first 2 innings here today. She's run the count full, and the pitch home to Madsen. hit foul back into the screen, and Avery stays alive at 3-2. So Avery leading off for the Indians here in the top of inning number 3. Remind you something coming up after the game today. As first the 3-2 offering to Madsen. She reaches out and pokes it foul. Tough pitch on the outside edge, but she hits it foul. Coming up after we are done here this afternoon, whether Preston plays just one game or 2, we'll have a replay of this morning's community chat as we continue to talk with the candidates. Kyler Stoker, candidate for sheriff for Franklin County, is our guest coming up after the games today. As the ball hit in foul territory, Jones comes down and can't make the catch in foul territory, so it's a foul ball. She runs over to the base umpire saying that Madsen running by interfered with her but never touched her. So it's still just a foul ball, and Madsen's back up there 3-2, so Avery picks the bat up and climbs back into the box. And once again, here comes the 3-2 pitch from Evans. And again, this one's going to be poked to center. Coming up in a hurry, the center fielder, but Cook can't quite get there. Madsen has her first hit as she leads off here in the top of inning number 3 with a single. So the leadoff man aboard, and here comes Mesa Jones. Jones struck out her first time up in the game. As the first pitch to Jones over for a strike. Throw back to first base, not in time. As Jones looks down to the third base coach's box. Madsen stands over at first. And here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed. As Madsen now hung up between first and second, she goes and she's thrown out. So trying to steal, kind of a little hit and run play, as Avery's caught stealing 2-6 for the first out. Indians trying to be a little bit more aggressive on the base paths, it appears, through the first couple innings. As the pitch was a strike, and it's 0-2 on Mesa Jones now with 1 out here in the inning. So they've had runners thrown out at second and at home so far here in the game today. As the pitch hit foul right back over our heads and out of play, and the count stays at 3-2. Is that what they need to do? Maybe be a little more aggressive. They can possibly steal a run or two. Might be something that could turn the tide in the long run. We'll have to wait and see. Once again, the 0-2 pitch is up high as Osborne keeps it from going to the backstop. So once again, the 1-2 pitch is down low. Now it's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Mesa Jones. 1 out here in the top of inning number 3. Today's game brought to you by Butterfly Express Essential Oils. Use the code KCH10 for 10% off all regularly priced items. As the 2-2 pitch misses down and in. Ball 3, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Don't forget to shop online as well at butterflyexpress.shop. So Jones, who was behind in the count 0-2, has now worked it to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. New ball for Allie Evans back in the circle in the 3-2 pitch. It's going to be thumbed, caught by the shortstop. Weinheimer able to go up and get it at the highest point of her leap and bring it back down. So Jones lines out to the shortstop for the second out. And that'll bring up Cindy Cleverly, who walked her first time up and was one of the 2 runners left on base by the Indians in the top of the first inning. So here's Cleverly with 2 outs here in the top of inning number 3. Preston has 1 hit so far here in the game. As the pitch from Evans is a fastball that's up high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch to Cleverly is up high again, ball 2. It's 2-0. Two out, nobody on for the Indians. As Cleverly thumbs one into short center field, and they can't control it. It'll be a hit. As the second baseman, Wadsworth, came over and couldn't quite control it to make the catch, and Cleverly has her first hit of the game. Hit number 2 for the Indians. And Regan Hansen will come up now with 2 outs and a runner on base here, with 2 outs in the top of inning number 3. Hansen struck out her first time up this afternoon, and she swings and misses here, and it is 0-1. Evans got a pitch up in the zone that Hansen swung right through, and she walks down to have a word with the third base coach for the Indians. Now walks back to home plate, and the 0-1 pitch from Evans is a line, one dropper at Ramirez, and it goes right by her. She couldn't get her glove quite down in time. So Hansen turns on ones and hits it past Tess Ramirez at third base. Cleverly stops at second base with the play right in front of her. Back-to-back hits for the Indians. And for the third inning in a row, Preston has two runners on base, but they've yet to be able to do anything with it. 2 outs, 2 on, and see if Carly Madsen can move them along here. Runners at first and second. The first pitch to Madsen is down low. Nice save by Osborne, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-0 on Carly Madsen, the shortstop. They pitch in the dirt, and both runners are going to advance 1 base as it's skipped away from the catcher, Osborne. It'll be a wild pitch to allow both runners to move up 1 base. So now for the Indians, runners at second and third, and a 2-ball, no strike count on Madsen as the wind's starting to pick up just a little bit more. Madsen hits one to left field. It's going to be in for a hit. It's going to get 1 right in. It bounces behind Ferguson. Here comes Hansen. It gets the second run in. It's a 2-run single for Carly Madsen, and it cuts the lead to 1. And the ball bounced behind Ferguson. It allowed Madsen to go to second base. So it'll be a single and an error. 2 runs in here for the Indians, and they get back to within a run as it's now 3-2, and the infield's going to get together here for the Diamondbacks out at the mound with 2 outs, and the tying run at second base here for the Indians as they get back to within a run. Today's game and the sponsor of our post-game show, Ralph's Construction, who brings you this afternoon's game. Remember, they're building homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Drove through Blue Sage Park just the other day. Homes are looking good. And also getting down to the point where they're starting to run out of real estate to build on over there. So if you're interested in having the home built for you, make sure you call for more information. 435-232-1837, the number for Ralph's Construction. Ground ball to third on the first pitch. Ramirez has it, throws across in time for the out, and Carter grounds out 5-3 for the third out of the inning. However, the Indians get a couple of runs on 3 hits. There was an error and 1 left as the Indians get on the scoreboard as we'll go to the bottom of the inning number 3 after 2.5. It's 3-2 Century on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard here on the My Local Radio Sports Network. We'll be right back.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you'll be appreciated. It's even better to know that you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciates every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car or truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. 17 South State Street, Preston.
When you think of a medical center's vital signs, you think of a monitor beeping. Today,
Franklin County Medical Center is sharing a new set of vital signs. They're the vital signs of a growing hospital. Our new medical office building is now home to the care you depend on. You'll visit us here for primary, specialty, and walk-in care. Franklin County Medical Center has been a vital part of the region's healthcare since 1929, right in your neighborhood.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Sprinkle is starting to come down a little bit harder now as we go here to the bottom of the third. Preston gets back to within a run as it's now 3-2. And for the Diamondbacks, here in the bottom of inning number 3, they will go start from the top of the order. Kentley Osborne, Emma Cook, and Tess Ramirez due up here for the Lady Diamondbacks. Third inning, of course, brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. They have all the parts that you need for your car, keep your car or truck running strong. They're at 17 South State Street in Preston. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. So here's Osborne up for the second time. She singled to open up the bottom of the first inning and eventually came around the first of the 3 runs scored by the Lady Diamondbacks. As the first pitch is going to be pulled foul outside of third and down the line. And it's 0-1. Cold, windy afternoon, cloudy, sprinkles falling. And here at the ballpark, it's 45 degrees here today. As everyone here at the game bundled up. Plenty of umbrellas around as that pitch is outside, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. But I guess it's probably in the long run better than what it was yesterday, apparently, when they told us it was snowing most of the day over here. As that pitch is high, goes to 2-1. So I guess we learn not to complain of what we have, I guess. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. So Osborne chases a pitch up in the zone and can't come up with it. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jones ready again. Comes home. The next pitch is swung on and missed. So Osborne goes down on strikes. That's the first out here in the bottom of the third. 4th strikeout in the game for Jones. And she's retired 7 in a row now as it brings up Emma Cook. First pitch to Cook, hit right back to the pitcher. As Jones has that, throws over to first, 2 up, 2 down here in the 3rd inning. So she gets the first 2. Now here's Tess Ramirez, who singled in the 2 runs back in the 1st inning. And with 2 outs, Ramirez now climbs in from the right side. And the pitch over for a strike. No balls and 1 strike on Ramirez. The 0-1 pitch from Jones, that's up high, and the count evens at 1-1. Well, you look up and you look at the sky, you hope that a couple of things happen. Number one, the raindrops stay away long enough to get this game in and whatever game might be coming up with Pocatello after this one's over, as that pitch is high. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. And there's enough sunlight to be able to get both those games in as well. As the cloud cover, there's still some dense dark clouds headed our direction. The 2-1 pitch, up high again, ball 3. So Jones is retired 8 in a row, but she falls behind Tess Ramirez, 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Inside ball 4, Ramirez draws a walk. So that breaks the string of consecutive outs for Mesa Jones. As Ramirez draws a walk, heads down to first base, and now Allie Evans is going to come up. Evans was a strikeout victim her first time up today. Climbs in from the right side, runner at first. 2 outs here. The first pitch to Evans is high and away, ball 1. Preston trails by a run, 3-2, 2 outs, bottom 3. Comes the 1-0. Popped up. And Madsen at third comes down the line, makes the catch, and Preston gets out of the inning cheaply enough. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 left here in the inning. We are done with 3 here complete as we move along to the top of the 4th inning from OK Ward Park here in Pocatello, where Preston trails by a run. It's Century 3, Preston 2 on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
When buying a vehicle, you want the process to be straightforward and the financing simple. At West Motor and West Motor Ford, that's exactly the way that you'll be treated. They also understand that accidents can happen and maintenance will be needed. When you find yourself in need of body and paint work, windshield repair, work under the hood, or under the vehicle, West Motor would love to help you out and earn your trust. Turn to West Motor and West Motor Ford in Preston and Hyde Park.
WestMotorCompany.com. We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cashback for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
There we go, the 4th. As Preston still trails by a run, 3-2, top of the 4th inning. And here for the Indians, the bottom third of the order due up. Kentley Archibald, Kylie Chatterton, and Paisley Campbell. 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup. As the first pitch here to Archibald swung on and missed. It was Archibald who tried to come home on that ball that kind of got away from the catcher back in the 2nd inning, and she was thrown out to end the inning trying to come home. As that pitch is again on the corner at the knees, and it's 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Evans looks in, shakes her head, yes. Broxton comes home with the 0-2. Swung on and missed. So she threw it right past Archibald. First strikeout in the first out of the inning. Four strikeouts in the game now for Mesa, or I should say for Allie Evans. As the first pitch is a roller to short. Weinheimer up, throws across in time for the out. Quickly 2 outs here in the top of inning number 4. So with 2 outs, it brings up Paisley Campbell. Campbell's gone to the sweatshirt. I'm not saying I blame her. You can wear that underneath a chest protector. I certainly would, going back out there. Campbell singled back in the 2nd inning. She actually had the first hit of the game for the Indians, and the first pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. The Indians have not gone out in order in any inning yet today in the game. As the pitch is fouled away, it's 0-2 on Paisley, and now Allie Evans is 1 pitch away from changing that and putting the side out 1-2-3 for the first time today. Here comes the 0-2 to Paisley. Campbell holds up. Umpire shakes his head no. She does not go around, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Check that, 1 ball and 2 strikes as he held his fingers up the wrong direction. So 1-2. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. As the catcher drops the ball, she'll have to tag Campbell. She does. And for the first time today, Allie Evans puts the side out in order, 1-2-3. We're done with 3.5. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, on the Flying S Trident Escrow scoreboard, it's still Century 3, Preston 2 on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Papa J's World Headquarters in Clifton, Idaho, started on the dream of a man who wanted to give back to his small-town farming community. 20 years later, it's a place renowned for its gourmet beef jerky, deli, and uniquely friendly customer experience. The friendly staff at Papa J's invites you to come in or find them online at papajs.com, where you can have the unique taste of Papa J's beef jerky shipped to you all with a click of a button. Papa J's, world-class jerky in small-town USA. papajs.com. Discover your ultimate escape at Day Mountain Ranch. Come enjoy our upscale lodges, perfect for family reunions and corporate retreats. Unwind, bond, and make memories that last in one of our luxury cabins. Host your dream wedding on our secluded property, perfect with a captivating nature backdrop. Or join our gun club. Rent or bring your own firearms and master your skills in private classes or dynamic group sessions at our premier state-of-the-art private gun range up to 2,200 yards. Your outdoor adventure and retreat begins at Day Mountain Ranch, 77 South Spring Creek Road, Preston, Idaho. Reserve your spot now at dmrresort.com.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Today's game is brought to you by Puppy Steps Training. It's an 8-week board and train program designed to give your puppy a head start in life. Wouldn't your life be better with a well-trained dog from Puppy Steps Training? Well, we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, 3-2 Century. As here for the Diamondbacks, as we go to the bottom of inning number 4, it'll be Liv Weinheimer, Marion Wadsworth, and then Lindy Ferguson due up in the bottom of inning number 4. Liv Weinheimer grounded out. She hit back to Jones in the circle back in the first inning, after she allowed the first 3 runners not only to get aboard in the first inning but come around and score, as she has now retired 9 of the next 10 batters that she's faced. Little bunt up along the first base line, coming off the bag quickly is Carter to make the tag going by. So a ground out. That's the first out, as Weinheimer tries to bunt her way aboard. And that'll bring up Marion Wadsworth. Wadsworth also grounded out her first time up. And she grounded out to Avery Madsen at short, as that first pitch misses down and in, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Wadsworth. Bottom of inning 4. Here from OK Ward Park in Pocatello, as that pitch misses down and in, and it's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes, as Wadsworth has to kind of skip to get out of the way of that pitch without it taking out her left ankle. So 2-0. Jones falls behind. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's rolled foul over by the third base dugout, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. So Preston and Century locked in another good one here in the middle innings. The 2-1 pitch misses outside, ball 3. It's 3-1 on Wadsworth. Jones rocks and comes home with a 3-1 pitch, hit foul off the first base side. So the count runs full now, 3-2. New ball for Jones. She's back in the circle. And Roxon comes home with the 3-2 pitch. Little roller up along the third base line. Tough play for Madsen, and it's going to be not in time. That ball rolled maybe 15 feet up the line as Avery Madsen had to come down the line in a hurry, try to field and throw in one motion. And Wadsworth able to beat it out by about a half a step. So runner at first and 1 out. Now here's Lindy Ferguson. Ferguson hitting from the right side. 1 out, 1 on. She was a strikeout victim her first time up. Rolls one back here to the screen. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Oh, and 1 on Ferguson. Runner at first with 1 out. As the next pitch is off the glove of Campbell down to second base. Will go Wadsworth, as that'll be a wild pitch. So now runner in scoring position to see if Ferguson can pick her up and extend that lead back out for Century again that they've seen the Indians whittle down to just 1 run, as it's 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. As the next pitch again hit foul at home plate, as she hit it right down into her feet. 1-2 the count. One out, bottom 4. The 1-2 offering. Hill rolls it to the right side. It'll get the runner across as the flip to first base by Cleverly is in time. So runner with 2 outs now. Runner at third base for the Lady Diamondbacks. And they'll leave it up to Gentry Jones to try to pick up the run. Jones grounded out her first time up. That hit by Wadsworth is the first hit that Jones had allowed since the 4th batter of the game. As the first pitch kept the runners off base for the most part. The 0-1 pitch is up high, throw back to third behind Wadsworth, and she's able to dive back in head first. For as much rain as Pocatello's had over the last 4 or 5 days, just like Preston had, the field is in really good condition. The 1-1 pitch. It's too far in. Again, they throw down to third base, and again, it's Wadsworth able to dive back in. So 2 balls and a strike as the pitch was inside. Jones looks over to the dugout where they're calling out the pitches for her, and the 2-1 pitch popped up back into the screen, and now she's a pitch away from getting out of the inning and stranding a runner over at third base. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jones. So Jones coming home to Jones, and that is on the corner, strike 3 called. She strikes out Jones and ends the inning. 5th strikeout in the game for Mesa Jones, as they leave the runner Wadsworth standing over at third base. We're through 4. It's still a 3-2 Century lead on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard on the My Local Radio Sports Network. We'll go to the 5th coming up right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
When you are looking for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but you want something that is ready to eat now, always stop at the Stokes Market Deli in Preston. With cold and hot cases, you can always find food that is fresh, hot, or cold. Sandwiches, soup, salads, deviled eggs, donuts, wraps, cheese trays, desserts, and a hot and delicious buffet. A meal out doesn't have to be at a restaurant. Come and enjoy something for everyone at the Stokes Market Deli today. 217 South State Street in Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, all the runs have come in early innings of the game, as it's 3-2. And for the Indians, they'll start here in the fifth inning for the top of the order. Avery Matson, Mason Jones, and Sidney Cleverly due up for the Indians. Avery Matson has walked and singled. And she's 1 for 1 on the day and takes the first pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. As the next pitch goes to the backstop, and it's 1-1. Today's game in this inning of Preston softball is brought to you by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. Remember, next time you stop in for lunch, grab some of their world-class beef jerky. Or remember, you can also order it online at papajays.com. As Avery hits one in the air to right field, going back on the ball is Cantu, and it's over her head. She's got to chase it out near the fence. She gets it back in. Avery's going to third, and she's in there with a triple. Ball gets away, but with nobody out, Evans did a good job backing it up. As Matson has her second hit of the game, and the tying run is for the Indians at third base, with nobody out. Jones, Cleverly, and Hanson will try to pick her up. So here's Jones, struck out, lined out, 0 for 2 in the game. As the first pitch here to Mason Jones, little roller back to the circle, as it is Evans to glove there and throw to first base in time for the out. So a good job by Allie Evans. Check the runner back to the third base. So Madsen just stays there. So 1 out, still a runner at tying run at third for the Indians, and now Sidney Cleverly, who's singled and walked in the game, will come up and take her hack at trying to pick up the tying run. First pitch goes to the backstop. Here comes Madsen to the plate, and the throw safe. And Preston has tied the game at 3. So the wild pitch will get Madsen home to tie the game. Now a 3-3 tie here in the fifth. One ball, no strikes to count on Cleverly. The 1-0 on the inside corner for a strike, and it's count even at 1-1. So a ball and a strike on Cleverly. Avery Matson tripled to open the inning, scores on a wild pitch. We're tied at 3. Little roller again. This one past Evans, and the second baseman Wadsworth comes up to make the play, and there's 2 outs. So certainly that slow ground ball, if the wild pitch wouldn't have got Matson home, that certainly would have. So with 2 outs and the base is empty, here's Regan Hansen, who has struck out and singled, got as far as second base but was left there back in inning number 3. First pitch to Hansen. Hit foul off the first base side, and it's 0-1. Today's game brought to you by West Motors, your only stop for a new or used car, both in Preston and in Logan. No balls and one strike. The 0-1 again popped up foul straight back over our heads, and the count goes to 0-2. So 0-2 on Hanson. Evans ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Off speed, stays high, and it's 1-2. Tried to really pull the string there on Reagan to get her to chase one, but she wouldn't go after it. Get softballs back for the home plate umpire. A couple of balls hit out of play. The 1-2 pitch is high, and it evens the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Preston gets even here in the 5th. It's a 3-3 tie. Comes the 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed. Inning is over, but the damage done as Avery Madsen leads off with a triple and comes home on a wild pitch. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th after 4.5, which is a brand new ball game. A 3-3 tie on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It's the goal in everyone's life to reach financial independence and security. Evergreen Financial Partners in Preston can help with strategies to assist in those goals. They will design a plan to suit you, whether it be for your family, home, or current or future investments. Evergreen Financial Partners can help with life insurance, long-term life, 401ks, retirement plans, or mutual funds. Contact the experts at Evergreen Financial and let them put a plan together for you. Find them at 41 West 1st South in Preston, or go online to set your appointment at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. Evergreen Financial Partners, your first step to financial security.
We all have those times in life where having insurance has been a great comfort in helping to make a bad situation better. Naylor Insurance takes pride in being that friend there to help you when you need it the most. Serving the community since 1978, Naylor Insurance is proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your insurance needs. Stop by our new location, 223 North State Street in Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, Preston chases across a run in the top of the inning. They get even as we go here to the bottom of inning number 5. And here for Century, it's the number 9 hitter, Candace Cantu, to lead it off. Then back to the top of the order, and Kennedy Osborne and Emma Cook. First pitch to Cantu, hit foul off the first base side. And it's 0-1. This inning of Preston softball brought to you by Stokes Market True Value. They have the freshest meat and produce you'll find not only in Preston but throughout the Cache Valley. It's Stokes Market on State Street in Preston. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Cantu. Pitch home is poked foul up along the right field side. That little crossover step as Jones, instead of stepping straight home, she'll kind of step on an angle that would normally look like she's throwing the ball outside the batter's box behind the right-handed hitter, and see if she can cross up the hitter. She comes right back at the pitch. It's inside, and it's 1-2. A lot of times that will indeed get the hitter thinking the ball's coming at them, and they'll be giving ground and try to swing. Kind of like what Roy Campanella used to call the old jelly leg when he was still catching for the Brooklyn Dodgers years ago. The pitch is outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2. As the 2-2 offering is swung on and missed. So Cantu strikes out for the second time today. That's 6 strikeouts now in the game for Mesa Jones. And we go back to the top of the order, and Kennedy Osborne, who struck out her last time up, comes up here with one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Osborne singled, scored, stole a base way back in the the bottom of the first inning. First pitch here, little roller foul up along third, and it's no balls and one strike. So Allie Evans and Mesa Jones, between the two of them, spinning up a pretty good ball game here this afternoon. As we're even at 3, as that pitch is over for a strike, and she jumps ahead of Osborne. No balls and 2 strikes. Osborne climbs back in, the 0-2. She lays off as the pitch is well off the plate, and it's 1-2 again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Emma Cook, the left-handed hitting center fielder, waits on deck. Here's the 1-2. Little roller. That's going to be past Batson into left field, base hit. So Osborne has her second hit of the game. A 1-out single here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's just the second hit since the bottom of the first inning off of Jones. So 1 out, 1 on. And now here is Emma Cook. Emma loves to take that little running couple of steps toward first base. She's bunting this time as they throw across, and it's not in time. It's a bunt single. As Cleverly didn't get over in time to cover the bag. As now they go back and tag her. She's still safe. As it's to be an infield hit for Cook. Back-to-back singles for the Lady Diamondbacks. And now here's Tess Ramirez with 2 on and 1 out here in the 5th inning in this 3-3 tie. Time called as we have the coaches coming out here for the Indians to come out and talk to the plate umpire. I think they're saying that Cook took a step towards second base, and they called her safe even though she was tagged when she was not on the bag. Now the home plate umpire is going to go over and talk to the base umpire, but he's standing over on the third base side. I don't know if you would have noticed it or not that she passed the bag and then stepped into fair territory, which technically is making an attempt to head towards second base. And that makes her a live runner at that point. As the two umpires get together and talk about it for a moment, home plate umpire walks back, shakes his head no, back over toward the Preston dugout, and their kind of appeal for a clarification is denied. And here is Ramirez. So 2 on, 1 out. And Tess Ramirez trying to move the runners along here as she's first ball swing, hits it foul. And it's no balls and 1 strike. So 1 out, bottom of the 5th, and a 3-3 tie. The few raindrops that we were having have stopped again. The 0-1 pitch is up high. And it's a 1 ball and 1 strike. Osborne at second. Cook is at first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-1 pitch home to Ramirez. That again is up high. As they throw back to second base. And Osborne gets back to the bag. Osborne came running well off the base like she was going to try to steal third. And she ran in to the Preston shortstop, Madsen. And Not sure that would have been interference or not. Ball popped up, foul territory right in front of the first base dugout. It's Carter to make the catch, and that's the second out. So Ramirez fouls out. So there's 2 outs in the inning. And now a tough out at the plate is Allie Evans. Evans, who's 0 for 2 in the game, struck out and popped up. And she's up there with 2 outs and 2 on. Pitcher trying to help herself along here. The first pitch to Evans. Misses inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Jones trying to pitch out of another spot of problem. The 1-0. Misses again, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Weinheimer on deck is also 0 for 2 if they try to pitch around to Evans. His next pitch is rolled foul back here behind home plate. It's 2-1. So it's kind of take your pick. Who you want to pitch to? You want to pitch to Evans, or would you rather pitch to Weinheimer with the bases loaded and 2 outs? Weinheimer's a left-handed hitter. The 2-1 pitch is a called strike. Well, that looked a little high, but got the called strike call, and it's now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jones back into the circle. And the 2-2 pitch. Lifted towards short left field. Coming up, can't get there to make the catch is Owens for the Indians. She'll throw to third base, not in time. But coming home to score was Osborne from second base, running all the way with 2 outs and makes it 4-3. So Allie Evans with a little flare hit into left field picks up the RBI. Runners at second and third as they're able to advance. 3 hits in the inning here off of Mesa Jones, and it's now a 4-3 game. And now here is Weinheimer anyway. Hits the first pitch on the ground down to the first baseman. Carter Glove steps on the bag, and the inning is over as that ground out came 1 pitch too late. Century gets a run on 3 hits here in the inning. They leave a couple of runners on base as well. We are done with 5. We'll head along to the 6th. On the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard, it's now the Century Lady Diamondbacks 4 and the Preston Indians 3. We'll go to the 6th inning coming up here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, Century able to push across the run as we head here to the top of inning number 6, as it's now a 4-3 game, and Allie Evans set to go to work here in the 6th inning. Today's game brought to you by the Polar Bear Restaurant. The Polar Bear's back and better than ever. Stop by in for lunch or after the game. You'll find them on Highway 91 at the south end of the city of Preston. Sorry, we may have lost you for a minute just in case you weren't with us. We apologize for the technical problem, but the Lady Diamondbacks push across a run in the bottom of inning number 5 as they put together 3 hits in the inning, and Allie Evans drives in Kennedy Osborne to give the Lady Diamondbacks a 4-3 lead as we go here to the top of inning 6. Carly Matson, Addie Carter, Kentley Archibald due up for the Indians here in the 6th inning, who now trail by a run. And Evans coming home. The first pitch is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Madsen today doubled home the first 2 runs of the game for the Indians and hits that ball in the air to center. As right there is Cook to put that away for the first out. So Carly Madsen flies out to center, and now here is Addie Carter. Carter's 0 for 2 today. She's popped up and grounded out. See the Pocatello Thunder over off the first base side getting loose as they'll play game 2 of the doubleheader coming up against the winner of this game, as the first pitch to Carter is hit foul back into the screen, and it's 0-1 on Addie. 0-1 the count. Outfield straight away against Carter. Bit of a gap in right center field if she can hit one that way. And she's late on the pitch thrown by Evans. Now behind in the count, 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Carter. As the pitch home is swung on and missed. Carter goes down on strikes. That's the second out here in the top of the 6th. Strikeout number 7 for Allie Evans on the afternoon. And with 2 outs, there's Kentley Archibald. Kentley's walked and struck out. 0 for 1 officially on the day. Evans ready, comes home, and the first pitch misses outside to Archibald. 1 ball and no strikes. Preston trailing by a run. And all of a sudden, now you got to start looking at the scoreboard now and start counting outs as they're down to the last 4 outs and need a run against Evans. Next pitch swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Ball and a strike. Winner of this game takes on the Pocatello Thunder in Game 2 of the district tournament, coming up immediately after this one's done. As a pitch hit foul, and it stays at a ball and 2 strikes. As cold as it is, I'm sure the Preston girls wouldn't mind sticking around and playing another game. The 1-2. Rolled foul again as Archibald hangs tough. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kentley. If she can extend the inning, Kylie Chatterton would be next. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch is high from Evans, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2. And the 2-2 offering is swung on and missed. Got her to chase one up and out of the zone as Archibald goes down on strikes. That's 8 strikeouts in the game now for Allie Evans. We're done with 5.5. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 4-3 Century leads on the Flying S Tile and Escrow scoreboard. Bottom 6 coming up right after the break.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
In 1996, my father, Jay Moyle, started producing gourmet beef jerky in the foothills of Clifton, Idaho. Now, over 20 years later, Papa Jay's beef jerky is a staple of the Franklin County community. Family run since the beginning, the modern way of making jerky here at Papa Jay's is the old-fashioned way. Absolutely no shortcuts are taken in producing the finest quality and most delicious smoked meat you can find. Come over to Papa Jay's and bite into a tender, flavorful stick of Papa Jay's, and your view of jerky will never be the same. 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
North Star's Ultimate Outdoors is the best provider of power sport vehicles right here in downtown Preston. Vehicles and equipment from brand names that you know and trust, like Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. Stop in and let us get you ready for your next adventure at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts, 777 North State Street, Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, the Indians need to get these 3 outs and then get their sticks back up there for the 7th inning and try to get this game tied up. It's important they keep it at a 1-run game as we go here to the bottom of inning number 6. 4-3 Century leads, as it'll be Wadsworth, Ferguson, and Jones due up here in the bottom of inning 6. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Diamondbacks. 3 runs on just 5 hits for the Indians. Jones ready to go back to work. She has 6 strikeouts in the game. Wadsworth 1 for 2, single and grounded out. And first pitch is punched right at the shortstop as Madsen has that for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out. And it brings up Lindsey Ferguson, who's 0 for 2, struck out and grounded out. In fact, the bottom 3 in the lineup for the Diamondbacks today are a collective 0 for 6 with 4 strikeouts. There's Ferguson. She takes the first pitch down and in ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Cool day, but at least it's not sprinkling anymore like it was. Ground ball is going to be fair inside at third as Madsen got a glove on it to slow it down but couldn't control it. And the bottom third of the order for the Diamondbacks have their first hit of the game as Ferguson gets one by the third baseman, Avery Madsen. So that's 8 hits now for Century in the game. And Gentry Jones will come up with a runner on and 1 out. So here's Jones, 0 for 2, grounded out and took a called third strike. She's bunting and bunts it foul up along the first base side. Dan Hubbard here at OK Ward Park in Pocatello. John Beverly back in the studio at KACH in Preston. Glad to have you with us here. Been a heck of a game. So we play here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Preston trails by a run, though, at 4-3. The 0-1. Jones swinging away this time and hits it foul back into the screen and finds herself behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 on Gentry Jones. The 0-2 pitch. Roller to short as Madsen booted it and everybody's safe. She tried to feed second to go for the double play and maybe just did it a little bit too quick. And she kind of overran the ball and left it behind her. First error of the game against the Indians. So runners at first and second and 2 outs. And Candace Cantu is 0 for 2, struck out twice at the plate. First pitch, Cantu's bunting. Good bunt out in front of home plate. And the catcher, Campbell, can't pick it up cleanly. They throw back to third, and they got the out at third. Throw to second, and safe there. So they get the out at third. The sacrifice for Cantu as Campbell overran the ball and didn't have a play at first base. But then they threw back to third, and Ferguson was out 2-5 for the second out of the inning. So runners remain at first and second, now with 2 outs. And here is Kennedy Osborne, hits the first pitch in the air, foul off the left field side, and it's 0-1. So the Indians kind of live lucky there. They get a little bit of a break as Osborne lines that pitch into center field. That's a hit. Here comes Jones. She's rounding third, and they're going to make the out there. She didn't get to the plate in time as the out was made at third base. I don't think Gentry Jones got to home plate in time. See if they're going to count the run or not. No, the base umpire agrees that Jones did not get to home plate in time, and that run does not count. So the third out made at third base as they tagged out Cantu for out number 3 as she is out 7-5, and Jones did not get to the plate in time. So no runs, 2 hits, an error, and 2 left in the inning for the Indians. All right, so it's a 1-run game. Time to move on here to the bottom. We'll go to the 7th inning. 4-3, Preston trails on the Flying S Tile and Escrow scoreboard. We'll go to the 7th coming up right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
105.5 FM, KACH.
I'm Dan Keller, Mayor of Preston, and we are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Jay Butters with Alta Bank, and we are Preston Proud, Idaho Strong.
Hi, this is Lyle Fuller with the Fuller & Fuller Law Firm, and we are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Larry Morrison with Evergreen Financial Partners. We are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
105.5 KACH. We're Preston Proud, Idaho Strong, serving Franklin County and beyond.
The greatest of life's moments can pass in the blink of an eye. Make sure you enjoy them with clear vision. The optometrists at Eye Care for You have been serving patients in Cache Valley and Preston for 43 years. As a full-service optical store, you'll find glasses, contacts, and professional eye health and vision exams. Doctors Philip Cromwell, Jeff Cromwell, and Lance Henderson are committed to providing you with professional care for your vision. Call today to schedule an appointment in Preston or Logan. Eye Care for You, not just a name, but a commitment.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, a 1-run game as we head to the 7th inning. Preston trailing 4-3 in one of their better play games of the year. And they'll start with Chatterton, Campbell, then back to the top of the order in Madsen, and they need a run. Chatterton, 0 for 2. Fouled out and grounded out to short. As time called here momentarily as the umpire giving Kennedy Osborne a chance to get her glove adjusted back on her hand properly the way she wants it. And Kylie now steps in. Evans ready to go to work here in the 7th inning. The first pitch hit foul when it's 0-1. So Preston able to get the out in the last half inning, get the out at third base before the runner had crossed home plate, and the run didn't count. It may look like just a small, meaningless thing, but it keeps it a 1-run game. As the next pitch swung on and missed, and Chatterton falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Since the triple by Madsen, Evans has retired 6 in a row. Now the 0-2 pitch, taking high, 1-2. So Chatterton down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. leading off here in the top of inning number 7. And the next pitch is rolled foul over by the third base dugout. And it's 1-2. Chatterton looks down to the third base coach's box. Now climbs back in after receiving encouragement. And the 1-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Evans with a good pitch. Got it up in the zone. Strikes out Chatterton for the first out. That's 9 strikeouts now for Allie Evans. So 1 out. Here's Paisley Campbell. Campbell has 1 hit to speak of today. Singled back in the second inning. And then she struck out against Evans in her other at-bat. So 1 out. Campbell climbs in. The first pitch from Evans is hit foul back into the screen, and it's 0-1 on Paisley. Interesting, the ebbs and flows of the game. Jones did very well from the second inning through about the fourth, maybe into the fifth, setting Century batters down in order. And now here in the latter innings, Allie Evans doing the exact same thing for her team as the pitch misses down and in, and it's a ball and a strike. If you go back to when Madsen singled in the 2 runs in the top of the third, Preston has had only the 1 base runner since then. And that was the triple by Madsen, who came home on the wild pitch that tied the game as the pitch is rolled foul by Campbell, and it's 1-2. So she's actually, Evans has retired 11 of the last 12 batters that she's faced. That pitch is over for a called third strike. On the outside corner, she records her 10th strikeout, and now the Indians are down to their last out. As that'll bring up Avery Madsen, who is the last batter to reach against Allie Evans, the lead off in the top of the 5th inning when she tripled and then came home to score what was then the tying run. As the wind starts to come back up, as the first pitch to Avery is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Preston trails 4-3, 2 outs, top of the 7th inning. Evans ready, the 0-1 pitch, bounces up there, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one the count. The 1-1 pitch is pulled into right field, base hit. There's the tying run aboard, but it comes with 2 outs. Second hit of the game for Avery Madsen. As she singles to right field, now here is Mesa Jones. Today's game brought to you by Franklin Medical Center, with the finest care that you'll find in all of the Cache Valley, and by Naylor Insurance. For home, health, life, and auto, stop by to find out how much you can save at Naylor Insurance. Ground ball to third. On the first pitch, they throw across in time as the Jones grounds out to end the game. As Preston fails to score in the 7th inning, they get a hit, and they leave the runner out on the base pass. Remember to call Naylor Insurance to check on your insurance needs. Stop by and see how much you can save at 223 North State Street in Preston. So the final score is Century knocks off the Indians in Game 1 of the district tournament. 4-3 the final, as the Indians know that they will now go home and come back tomorrow afternoon and play the loser of Game 2 between Century and Pocatello, which comes up in just a few minutes. Stay tuned. We'll have the post-game show coming up right after this. Final score on the Flying S Tile and Escrow scoreboard. It's Century 4, Preston 3. Today's game is brought to you by Beckstead Real Estate, the real estate experts for Franklin County and beyond. Day Mountain Ranch. Relax, retreat, recharge. Crumble Cookies, bringing friends and family together over the world's best cookies. Magnolia Road. Ladies, stop in and update your wardrobe today. Puppy Steps Training, Northern Utah and Southern Idaho's premier board and puppy training facility since 2011. Butterfly Express Essential Oils in Clifton, where quality doesn't have to be expensive. West Motors, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan. Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meat and produce in Preston. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. I Care for You, not just a name, but a commitment. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, we have all the parts you need to keep your car running strong. Naylor Insurance, your local agent for home, health, life, and auto. North Star's Ultimate Outdoors, get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors in Preston. Evergreen Financial Partners, when planning your future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial Partners in Preston and now in Pocatello. Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to you to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today. Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. And by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. Now, stay tuned. The Ralph's Construction postgame show is coming up next.
It's a beautiful day for a ball game, today. If you and I are out of dollars and cents, oh honey, we can always share a little hole in the fence. It's a beautiful day for the ladies, so throw all your dishes away. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today. At the ball game, a wonderful ball game today. Wow!
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Whether you're an athlete looking to treat strained or sore muscles, a multitasking mom seeking balance, or just looking to boost your mood and nutrition, Butterfly Express is here for you. Experience the soothing scents and holistic benefits that cater to both your body and mind with our wide selection of essential oils, herbs, and supplements. And the best part is, unlike other big brand companies, Butterfly Express is affordable and local. Visit us in Clifton or explore our collection online at butterflyexpress.shop and use the promo code KACH10 for 10% off all regularly priced items. Quality doesn't have to be expensive. Butterfly Express Essential Oils.
Step into a realm of beauty and sophistication at Day Mountain Ranch Home and Apothecary. Immerse yourself in the gentle radiance of our exquisite and popular candles, filling your home with captivating fragrances that embrace the senses. Bring refined tranquility into your home and elevate your connection to harmony through our exquisite decor, all while staying here in Franklin County. Elevate your living space with the allure of Day Mountain Ranch Home and Apothecary. Visit us today on 10th North Main Street in downtown Preston.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
It's time for the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap the just completed game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at what's ahead for the Preston teams. The postgame show is brought to you by Ralph's Construction, building quality designer homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. For more information, call 435-232-1837. Well, the first game of the district tournament is a dandy, but Preston comes up short, 4-3. They lose to the Century Lady Diamondbacks as they've had the tying run on base in the top of the seventh inning, but it came with 2 outs, and they couldn't get Avery Madsen moved along before the third out was made, and Preston ends up losing by the score of 4-3. Final totals in the game for the Century Lady Diamondbacks: 4 runs on 8 hits. They did not commit an error. They left 6 men on base. For the Lady Indians of Preston, 3 runs on 6 hits. They committed 1 error in the game, and they left 5. Allie Evans strikes out 10 on her way to pick up the victory, and the loss goes to Mesa Jones for the Indians in a game that took 1 hour and 49 minutes. And our look at the final totals brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency in Preston. The Rouse Construction postgame will continue coming up. However, reminder that immediately after we are done here with the postgame show, stay tuned as we'll have a rebroadcast of this morning's our community chat with the candidates, as we'll visit with Gaylor Stoker running for Franklin County Sheriff. That will come up immediately after we are done in just a few minutes. So 4-3 the final. The Rouse Construction postgame show continues. We'll talk about our player of the game. We'll do that coming up right after this timeout on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Hi, I'm Brad Phillips, professional trainer and owner of Puppy Steps Training. I believe that life is more enjoyable with a well-trained dog. That's why my team and I have come together to give you the ultimate dog training experience through Puppy Steps Training. Our 8-week board and train program is specifically designed to give your puppy a head start on life. Along with access to our extensive training material, you will receive daily progress reports, weekly photo and video updates, and a hands-on training demonstration. Discover the ultimate dog training experience with Puppy Steps Training, the premier dog training facility in northern Utah, and proud supporter of Westside and Preston High School athletics.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, time to talk about our player of the game, brought to you by I Care For You. And our eye-popping player of the game today come from the Preston Indians, even though they lose by a run, as we'll give it to Avery Madsen today, who was on base all 4 times she was at the plate. She was 3 for 3 plus a walk. She scored what was then the tying run after she tripled the lead off the 5th inning and came home and tied the game at 3, and then singled again in the 7th inning with 2 outs, but she was left out there on the base paths. It would have been once again the tying run. Avery Madsen goes 3 for 3. She is our eye-popping player of the game, brought to you by I Care For You. Take another time out. We'll come back, wrap it up, tell you what's on tap for tomorrow as we continue right after this from OK Field in the Pocatello as the Indians lose 4-3. Be right back after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here? And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low pressure. They don't play games. You guys are straightforward with me. You don't, trick me into buying something I don't want. We take care of people the way we want to be treated, and so they'll drive a ways to do that.
WestMotorCompany.com. The greatest of life's moments can pass in the blink of an eye. Make sure you enjoy them with clear vision. The optometrists at Eye Care for You have been serving patients in Cache Valley and Preston for 43 years. As a full-service optical store, you'll find glasses, contacts, and professional eye health and vision exams. Doctors Philip Cromwell, Jeff Cromwell, and Lance Henderson are committed to providing you with professional care for your vision. Call today to schedule an appointment in Preston or Logan. Eye Care for You. Not just a name, but a commitment.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
So the Indians come up a run short here today. They lose 4-3 to the Diamondbacks as Century will now face Pocatello in Game 2 of the district tournament. If the other games in the tournament go like Game 1 did, we're in for a whale of a tournament coming up here over the rest of today and tomorrow. So the Indians know they'll play the first game tomorrow afternoon. They know they'll play the loser of this upcoming game. But the problem is, who's the loser going to be? They won't know that until later on tonight, as the Indians will be back on the field tomorrow afternoon, 3:30 first pitch from here at OK Ward Park in Pocatello. We'll have the game for you, and if they advance, we'll have more games for you as well coming up tomorrow afternoon. So until then, I'm Dan Hubbard, as the executive producer of Preston Indian KACH Radio Sports. Here on the network is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator today has been John Beverly. Once again, stay tuned. Coming up when we are done, we'll have a rebroadcast of this morning's community chat with candidate for Franklin County Sheriff Kyle Stoker, our special guest. Once again, the final score, Century wins it 4-3 over the Indians. Thanks for joining us here today on the My Local Radio Sports Network. Have a good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.